Hello, welcome back to the channel today for Sheffield United versus Watford. Hopefully you can hear me loudly and clearly. And yeah, really excited for this one. My excitement has been tempered somewhat because of the Watford team, which we'll run through in just a moment. But look, great to, of course, see Javi back for his first game in charge of the Hornets in his second spell. And yeah, let's hope the second part of this season, or the second era, I should say, will be a lot more positive than the first. PP has gone and our happy Spaniard has returned. You can see the lineups at the bottom of the screen going past. Now the Watford 11 is Egil Selvik in goal, a back four of Jeremy Ngakia, Kevin Caben, Matty Pollock and Caleb Wiley. Sissoko, Luza, Kiprianu and Kayembe make up the midfield with Nestri Irankunda and Luka Kiramgard up front. So yeah, for me, arguably my worst nightmare has happened. Edu Kayembe and Musa Sissoko are playing. I mean, one's bad enough, let alone two. So I think for me, what I'll say is that clearly I disagree with the decision to start both Edu and Musa, but I will give Javi a small grace period. It has to be said, of course. But look, we have Duomo, we have, there's so many more options in that area of the pitch. You have Papa Mendy as well. And yeah, to see him go with Edu and Musa is really disappointing. And to me, it looks like the system is going to be probably like a 4-2-2-2. So not 4-4-2. I think we'll have Luza and Hector Kipriani probably dropping deeper. And then you'll have Sissoko and Kayembe ahead of them as the more advanced midfielders, with Luka Kiramgard and Nestri Irankunda as your front two. So yeah, an interesting 11. You can see the Sheffield United team as well. I believe Gustavo Harmer for them is out injured, as is Tom Davis as well, I believe. So two what you would call key players for them. I mean, Harmer was voted Championship Player of the Season last year. So yeah, a big miss for them today. I'm not sure if that's a long-term injury or just a small niggle for this match. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. Yeah, Ange Postecoglou, by the way, just as I pressed go live, has been sacked from Nottingham Forest. So Ange already has been sacked. And for me, I think that's the right decision. I mean, Ange Postecoglou, for me, is a generational waffler. He talks absolute nonsense and gets no results on the pitch whatsoever. He finished 17th, one place above relegation with Tottenham. And ultimately, the Europa League saved his bacon. But yeah, Ange Postecoglou sacked. Don't know who's going to go into Forest now. Maybe Sean Dyche seems like the obvious option. But yeah, I can see a few of you talking about that in the live chat. Ange Postecoglou sacked. Josh says, missing Paulo yet, James? Not at all. Look, Paulo, as I said in all of my reaction videos, I'm sure tried his best at Watford to get as decent results as he possibly could. But from my perspective, it looked like Watford maybe didn't do their due diligence on him as a character and as a person, really. So yeah, Paolo, a very odd character, very cold. He didn't really want to interact with the media or speak with fans at all. And yeah, rightly, I felt he should have lost his job. But now we have Javi back. I'm not happy with the 11, of course, as I just said. Kwadwo Bar, Rocco Batter, all on the bench. So yeah, a very strange lineup, it has to be said. Doumbia returns to the subs bench, which is good, but no sign of Pierre Duomo once again. So, yeah, I don't know. In terms of my score prediction, what shall I go with? I'm going to go with a 1-1 today. I think the league table clearly suggests that Sheffield United are a very poor team. But ultimately, Chris Wilder, as we know, is a very good character. He's a good manager. And they have very good players. They still have some Premier League quality players in my eyes. And whilst they're 24th in the league with 1 win from 9, I do feel eventually they are going to start picking up points. Hopefully it's not today. Hopefully I'm proved wrong with Sissoko and Kayembe and they can come up trumps for Watford. But Yeah, I'm really concerned. It would be a classic Watford thing to do to hand Sheffield United their first 3 points under Chris Wilder. Ethan says, I'm worried about the lineup, James. I know, so am I, Ethan. Theme Park Ted, he says, hello again, come on Watford. He's also gone with a 1-0 Watford win. A clean sheet would be nice. We haven't actually kept a clean sheet so far this season. So yeah, I'd love a cheeky Watford clean sheet today, it has to be said. Okay, headphones are going to go on because today I'm going to listen to the match commentary, which will be certainly very interesting. I have the match on in front of me as well. I can see the pitch. Mr. Marinakis fired Ange after 39 days in charge. We might have to sack more to keep up our reputation. I know. It's a funny situation up Forest. Their owner is crazy. He's a crazy guy. They're just they're just actually showing Javi's interview before the match. The players should be out any moment now. The Sheffield United fans raising a banner in their stands. They just showed the Watford fans in the away end as well. I believe there's about 1,800 Hornets fans up in Sheffield today. So a good turnout by the Golden Boys once again. Melanie is here. Hello, Warns. Hello, Melanie. Hope you're well. Kyle says, I'm sure you're gassed about the lineup today. My favourite duo are in there. Oh, I know, Kyle. I know. Look, I'm giving Javi for a couple of games the benefit of the doubt. I have to make that perfectly clear. But if it continues for months and months on end, of course, I'm going to call out, ridiculous decision making. And if it continues to that point, for me, it's not even Javi picking the team. Surely it's, Mogi Bayer and people at the club interfering with the 11, because how they can look at, Kayembe I have an issue with, but not as much as Sissoko. I mean, how they can look at Sissoko and go, this guy contributes more to the team than the likes of Vata, Bar and Duomo. I don't know. I really don't know. It's so baffling to me. So, yeah, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for a couple of weeks. But yeah, looking at the reaction on social media today, a lot of people unhappy at Musa and Edo being back in the 11. Ted says, would I have gone for Max instead of Matty or Caben? I'm not sure about Max. I think for me, James Abankwah was a must-start. I spoke about this in my match preview about how well Abankwah played against Oxford. His ball progression and ability to carry up the pitch, for me, is second to none in this division. Of course, he has a mistake in him, but I really do like James Abankwah. And to see Matty Pollock in here today, who is quite immobile, if I'm being polite, is very interesting. I mean, Javi might be calling on his leadership skills. Physically, of course, against any Chris Wilder team, it's very demanding as well. So that might be part of the thought process for Javi Gracia. But yeah, not a huge fan of the Pollock-Caben partnership today. I mean, of course, it's a process, but, Gino Pozzo ultimately this season is thinking quite short term. He's thinking, we should get top 6 football. We should be in the playoffs. And Javi Gracia, with the greatest of respect, shouldn't really have a lot of time to figure out his best team. He should come into the club, listen to fan opinion from Joan Luca, Valon Barami, his coaching staff, and he should very quickly realise that the best formation for this team isn't a 5. It isn't necessarily a rigid 4-4-2. For me, I would love to see a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. That would be my preferred 11. So, yeah, I don't think we'll stick with this system for very long. A big thank you to everyone who's tuning in today as well. Already over 40 of you watching me waffle away about Watford Football Club. It's always greatly appreciated. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So the players are out in the stunning blue kit, it has to be said. Apparently there was some sort of kit issue with the EFL. Of course, Watford couldn't wear the home kit today because we have red and Sheffield United wear red. And I think the green was too dark and clashed with Sheffield United black shorts. So we are in the special Elton John blue kit again today. Josh says, I can see Sissoko fitting Javi's cam roll, but over batter is crazy. I do agree. How's Germany, Josh? I believe it was you who's in Germany. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I remember you saying that on the last stream. And Josh also says, controversial take. Kayembe has been decent in the last few games. Still no excuse to not have Duomo in the squad. There is a rule in the EFL where you have to have like a homegrown English player involved in some capacity. So I think on our bench that might be Tom Ince. He might have been homegrown. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that might explain some of the selection issues we're seeing today. Although, of course, it doesn't excuse the inclusion of Sissoko and Kayembe. Rush Clark says, United fan here. Let's hope for a good game. Thank you for doing a watch long. I can't find anyone else doing one. No problem at all. Today I'm actually using, I'm being a bit cheeky. I'm using a VPN. So I've set my location to France. I've brought the iFollow video subscription. And I'm actually watching via like the official iFollow channel today. So yeah, I've got it in perfect good quality right in front of me. Of course, due to copyright, I can't show that to you. But yeah, if you want to watch any 3 PM games, I would highly recommend signing up for an iFollow account. Anyone can do that. And as long as you have an international IP address that isn't based in the UK, you can watch 3 PM games during, of course, a 3 PM blackout. That is unfortunately a law in England. So that is how I am watching today. Josh says, hard to find a pub with the game on. Yeah, I imagine they're showing a lot of Bundesliga matches. Yeah, I don't think Sheffield United, Watford, Josh, is high on the priority list. Rash Clark says, do I know how much it is? I do. So it cost me €9.50, I think it was, on my bank account. So yeah, not too much. Not too much. Here we go. We're about to kick off. Headphones on. Sheffield United fans in good voice. I've got to remember to start the timer at the top of the screen as well. So Sissoko steps up, ready to get the Hornets underway. Javi Gracia on the touchline, looking very happy indeed, it has to be said. And we are underway at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United versus Watford. Here we go. Oh. Patrick says Bayat picks the team. Well, it seems that way today, doesn't it? Sissoko and Kayembe starting. I have to say, I do really like Japhet Tanganga in the Sheffield United defence. Of course, they brought him from Millwall, I believe it was, this summer for quite a significant transfer fee, actually. I'm sure it was north of £10 million, if I remember correctly. So yeah, a real good defender for me, Japhet Tanganga. David says, any Javi songs? I've not heard any yet. I can only hear the commentary at the moment, of course. But yeah, I'm sure the Watford fans are in full voice. It's Jeff Doyle from BBC Radio 3 Counties and commentary. Come on, Watford. I mean, clearly you can see the system straight away here is quite a rigid, 4-4-2. It's quite evident to me already, even a minute and a half into this match. Ogbene having a touch there, of course, formerly of Luton Town. Jeffrey says maybe Pozzo picked the team. Who knows? Who knows? We're a bit of a circus of a club at the moment. I don't wish to speculate. Ngakia heads clear. Whoa! Decent strike there from McCallum, just over Egil Selvik's crossbar. That wasn't far at all. A good volley, half volley I think it was, on the edge of the box. And yes, Sheffield United shooting towards the Watford fans in this first half. What a strike that is. Very close to finding its way into the top of the net. Really good from McCallum there. And there's a minute's applaud actually happening here at the game for George Bulldog. I think the Watford and Sheffield United players have actually stopped playing the match as they do this applause for the next minute or so. Of course, he tragically passed away, I think, a year ago today, or a year ago this weekend. And yeah, the whole stadium applauding George Bulldog there. Luca Kiramgard wins it back and it goes out for a Sheffield United throw. Richard is here. Hello, James. Hello, Richard. I hope you're well. And Ngakia keeps it in play. Sheffield United in possession. Sissoko now wins it back. Gets dispossessed as he usually does. And here come the Blades. Yeah, Watford really compact actually, out of possession. You can see the clear lines in Watford's system. Javi Gracia giving some instructions on the touchline. It still feels like a pipe dream actually, seeing Javi back in the Watford dugout. It doesn't quite seem real to me watching this footage today. Oh, Hector Cipriani doesn't quite get on the end of that. Oh dear. Well defended there by Jeremy Ngakia. Really strong there. And it goes out for a Watford goal kick. Pepperface says, wearing the blue kit. We certainly are. Which is very odd actually when I read that this morning, because it was branded to be a one-time thing, but due to some kit rules and how colours can clash for colourblind people and stuff, yeah, Watford are having to wear that special edition blue kit today. So the Blades in possession now on the edge of the Watford box. Loads of you watching today, over 70 people tuning into the stream. If you haven't already, please do hit subscribe down below and leave a like on the stream as well. It would be greatly appreciated and is totally free to do, of course. Caben into Ngakia. Watford lose possession again. Hector Cipriani intercepts really nicely though, and here's Edu Kayembe. Iran Kunda running through. The pass gets cut out. Loser to Kayembe, and they go back to Matty Pollock, who still retains possession for Watford. Oh, I'd love to start with a win today, I really would. Oh! Egil Selvik and Kevin Caben getting into all sorts of trouble, playing out from the back there. They concede, I think they've conceded a corner here. I mean, just no communication between both players at all. It's actually gone out for a goal kick in the end. But yeah, very, very bizarre stuff there from Kevin Caben and Egil Selvik. No problem at all, Patrick. That's the whole idea of doing a watch along. But yeah, very risky there from Egil Selvik and Kevin Caben, nearly conceding a big chance there. Yeah, Josh, Kevin Caben, I do agree with you. In the past few games, actually, I'd say the last 3 to 4 games has looked pretty shaky in possession when playing out from the back. So, yeah, I still think he's one of our better defenders, but certainly maybe not up to the standard we initially thought. I think it's fair to say. But of course, every player is entitled to a spell of form that isn't quite up to their usual standard. But yeah, he's not looked good in the past few games, Kevin Caben. Pepperface says, rooting for our Cypriot player. You're in Cyprus right now. Well, I hope the weather is much better than here in the UK. And yeah, I have to say Hector Kyprianou is superb to watch. I really do like him. And yeah, he's stepped up to the level, I feel, quite comfortably, which is always good to see. And of course, he was in on a free transfer as well, which is always a positive. Ngakia again, great defending there in the duel. Just be impressed by Louis Barry there. So, nearly 10 minutes gone. Not too much has happened so far. No clear chance for either side. Watford are faffing about slightly at the back. I'm not quite sure what we're trying to do so far. Loser wins back the ball into Kayembe. Here's Pollock. Finds Caleb Wiley on this left flank. Patrick says, Egil Selvik channeled his inner Dan Bachman. Yeah, for that moment he certainly did. It was very odd. Very odd to say the least. Here's Loser. Kayembe. Kayembe and Sissoko kind of camped over on this right-hand side. Luka Kiramgard chases quite a decent ball, actually. He's in the corner flag here on this right flank. Kiramgard to Loser. Loser shoots from distance. Oh! What a strike from Imran Loser. Very close. Similar to the chance from McCallum early on, actually. A curling effort from Imran Loser just outside the box. I say just outside the box. It was actually from a bit further out than that. He had the goalkeeper scrambling, it's fair to say. And yeah, a real half chance there from our Moroccan maestro midfield. A decent attempt. Philip says Gracia needs to find his best team selection before we play Coventry away, as they are flying at the moment. Absolutely. I'm pretty concerned for the next couple of fixtures, actually. We've got West Brom at home during the week, of course. I'll be going to that one. And then, yeah, Coventry City away. I mean, they are scoring 4, 5, 6 goals a game. It's pretty ridiculous, actually, the level they're at under Frank Lampard. So, yeah, you'd have to say that will probably be our toughest test of the season so far. Middlesbrough to come as well, of course. Oh, yeah, the text at the bottom. What's happened there? Let's get that sorted out. Yeah, I'll get that sorted out. I watched this though, throwing for Sheffield United. Watford scrambling to get this out. And yeah, Watford didn't deal with that long throw very well at all. And this is where we've been susceptible all season from free kicks, corners, and long throw situations. It's where I would say we've conceded probably the majority of our scrappy goals, if you will. We're just not good at attacking and getting that first contact, in my opinion. I'll get that text fixed shortly. Just watch this play out. So here's McCallum with the long throw again. It is headed clear this time. Still in possession. What a cross. And what a big opportunity at the back post. Egil Selvik just doing enough. And yes, Sheffield United, on paper, probably the best team so far. They've certainly created the biggest opportunities. Wow. Here we go. Hopefully it's all fixed. There we go. Do let me know if that happens again. But yeah, the text at the bottom should be working now. I tell you what, we're not very good at dealing with these corner situations. We're panic stations when it comes to corners and long throws. Watford playing out from the back. Pollock into Loser. Loser gets pressed by about 2 or 3 Sheffield United midfielders there. Just about keeps it in Watford's possession. Loser to Kayembe. Back to Imran. Kayembe picks up the loose ball. Out to Caleb Wiley. Here we go. A big chance for Watford on the break here. Wiley looking to get a delivery in. Kayembe turns. Back to Hector Cipriani. Ngakia, very advanced. Kayembe looking to find Sissoko at the back post. Loser picks it back up. Oh, Kayembe nearly with a very good pass to find Musa Sissoko, who is running in behind. Phillips says, how much does Gino influence the lineup? It has to be big because of has to be. I'm not quite sure I understand your sentence there, Philip. I kind of get what you're saying though. I kind of get what you're saying. Here's Loser. Pollock. An interesting game so far. It's not been particularly thrilling. But yeah, Sheffield United certainly with the better of the chances. Here's Watford again, just faffing about a bit at the back. Ngakia into Imran, who's dropping really deep actually alongside Hector Cipriani. Hector out to Pollock, who finds Caleb Wiley over on the left flank, just ahead of the halfway line. Kayembe into Cipriani. Nice play there. Iran Kunda into Luka Kiramgard. Kiramgard shoots and it is saved by Cooper in goal. Quite a tame shot by Luka Kiramgard. Yeah, Cooper in goal. Still needed to get a hand on that. take my headphones off for a moment. Josh says Sheffield United are dominating, but don't know what to do with it. We need to stop giving it to them. That would be a good start, Josh. The game is for the taking. Yeah, you have to look at our subs bench as well. We're very strong when it comes to substitutes today. Vata, Bar, Mamadou Doumbia, all on the bench as well. Is Jeremy Petrie on the bench? I'll have to go and check. I was surprised Jeremy Petrie didn't start actually, but yeah, knowing how Javi has played before, I wasn't surprised to see Ngakia in there just because he is a more defensive fullback, if you will. Owen is here. Afternoon, James. Afternoon, Owen. I hope you are well. McCallum down there. It looked like with just a small contact injury. Oh, it's a nasty fall actually. He went to compete with Imran Loser, who kind of ducked down and he fell on his back. Hopefully he's all good. But yeah, Luca Kiramgard with Watford's first shot on goal. A very tame effort, but yeah, Cooper in goal. Did have to dive down ever so slightly to get that. Again, Egil Selvik, very risky playing out from the back. Matty Pollock, that's not naturally part of his game, really. You'd want a Max Lane or Formosa Mendy or even a James Abankwah in there if you're going to play out from the back like we are. Ngakia keeps it in play. Hector into Loser. Really good from Watford. And here's Ngakia. Kayembe, have a shot, Edu. Oh, that's terrible. That is a terrible shot by Kayembe. Goodness me, a big opportunity for Watford there in the break, actually. Not too bad at all. Javi Gracia gives it a round of applause. Yeah, good one-touch football, actually, there. Ngakia, Kayembe, and Hector all involved. But yeah, a wild shot from Eddie Kayembe. We know he's got a good strike on him on occasion. He's got an absolute rocket. But yeah, that time it certainly wasn't on target. It was curving very much away from Sheffield United's goal. Ngakia, probably Watford's best player so far, I could argue. He's looked really strong both defensively and in his duels as well. Well, here we go. Watford's faffing about again. Selvik sends it long that time. The Hornets house is here. Hello, Callum. I hope you are well. Long time no speak. Give me a call later today or tomorrow. It'd be good to catch up again. Come on, Watford. I'll tell you what, we are looking pretty hard to break down. When we're actually in our formation out of possession, we are pretty rigid. It's more so from the corners and the long throws that I get quite concerned. Rudy says hello, James. Hello, Rudy. I hope you are good. Ted, how was the game in hospitality? Oh, Ted, it was absolutely lovely. It was the best experience I've had at Watford. The service, the quality of the food, the drinks were unlimited as well. Well, some of the drinks were, some of them were an upcharge, but yeah, really, really nice. I would highly recommend. But of course, I was gifted that by a viewer of the channel, so yeah, really appreciated. It was great. Oh, okay. Sheffield United with a corner here. Oh, bloody hell. I tell you what a header that was there. I think it was Ben Mee with the header. Egil Selvik got down to his goal line just about to get that out. And yeah, they probably should have gone ahead there. Watford on the counter now. Luka Kiramgard and Kayembe getting into a bit of confusion there. Hector Cipriani just calms it down and holds on to the ball for a few moments. But what a header that was. Yeah, they're just discussing about the header there on commentary. I mean, again, really poor from Watford, just not getting the first contact. And yeah, I think it was Ben Mee with that chance. I mean, he had loads of time, he had loads of space. No one was near him from a Watford perspective. And Egil Selvik bailing the Hornets out on that occasion. But there's only so many times in the game that Selvik can rescue Watford. Eventually, something will get past him. Although he is a very good goalkeeper, of course. Certainly a marked improvement on our previous option in Daniel Bachmann. It would be good to get one over Chris Wilder as well. I mean, I'd love to get your thoughts actually in the live chat, but what did you make of Chris Wilder during his short time at Watford? Because whilst the results and the games weren't particularly great, that's when Ryan Andrews, of course, broke through into the first team. Chris was the manager who gave him that opportunity. And I think he was very fair in how he spoke about us in press conferences as well. He gave some hard truths towards the owners, and that probably led to his dismissal at the end of the season. I know he signed a short-term contract anyway, but I personally really liked Chris Wilder. I thought in the media anyway, he was certainly a very good communicator. Ted says he never liked Chris Wilder. That's fair enough. I actually really did like him. I thought he was a good guy. I'm surprised he went back to Sheffield for a third spell, but I suppose it's his club really. He's been their best manager certainly in recent years. And I'm not sure why they got rid of him last season, to be honest. I know they went for a slightly different style in Ruben Selles. But yeah, it didn't quite work out. A bit like Paulo, really. The manager and the club they weren't really a match made in heaven. Selles and Sheffield United. So yeah, an interesting one. Yeah, good save by Egil Selvik there. They're just showing the replay now of that header Ben Mee had. I mean, it's just completely amateur stuff from Watford defensively. Tom Miller says, how have we been so far? How would I summarise the game? I think it's been fairly even. Sheffield United naturally will dominate possession a little bit more since they're at home, but they have had the better chances most recently from that header as I just discussed. And defensively, in our structure out of possession, we look okay. It's more so when they have a corner or a long throw, really, Tom, that I get more concerned. So yeah, a 6 out of 10 performance in Watford. I've certainly seen much worse than what's on display today. Yeah, Luka Kiramgard is struggling for me today slightly. He's not having his best game. I think Luka's best game was probably against QPR towards the start of the season. He got his 2 goals that day, of course, and I thought his general hold-up play as well was really outstanding. So, yeah, not his best game today, but yeah, he has had Watford's only shot on target so far. Here's Loser. Back to Pollock. Kayembe, Irankunda. Irankunda spreads wide to Jeremy Ngakia, who drives down this right flank. Ngakia with a lovely ball to the back post. No one quite there for Watford to nod that in or get a touch. Yeah, Ngakia's been really solid so far. Cipriani on the halfway line lays it off to Jeremy Ngakia. Loser back to Ngakia. Yeah, Loser certainly playing as a 6 today. It has to be said. No, it was discussed in his interview with Javi. But yeah, Loser very deep for Watford. Here's Luca. A bit scrappy so far. Sissoko out wide. Kiramgard. Irankunda. Irankunda's dropping really deep as well for some reason. That's quite interesting. Irankunda not really getting any space and time to get a shot away. Come on, Watford. It's a bit slow. Come on, more energy. More energy. I mean, it seems like our tactic really is to maybe let Sheffield United have a bit more possession, win the ball back and try to counter quickly. But we've not made the most out of them opportunities so far. But Watford having a decent spell now, actually. Kayembe to Ngakia. Ngakia again, a lovely ball to the back post. Irankunda did try and win that in the air. Maybe he was just a little bit too small. Here's Loser. Irankunda again. Keeps hold of the ball. Have a shot, Nestri. He does. It's blocked. And it goes out for a Watford throw. Irankunda having his first attempt on goal. Eugene says, hello, James. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to you as well, Eugene. Hopefully, it's going to be a good weekend with Watford picking up all 3 points. That's the plan. And so far, we've looked okay. Plenty more time left to go and plenty more options left on the bench as well. I think it's right we do state that Watford certainly have a lot of firepower on the substitute bench today. I'd love to see Kwadwo Bar for more than 5 minutes though. Please, Javi. Please, more than 5 minutes. It's all I ask. Lovely searching ball there that finds Caleb Wiley. Oh, what a good bit of play that was by Caleb Wiley. A really enticing ball into the box. Kiramgard tried to tap it in with quite an unorthodox finish there. And unfortunately, it went just wide of the goal. But what a delivery that is by Caleb Wiley. And Kiramgard, using his weaker foot there. Just trying to tap that past keeper in goal. Oh, I tell you what, that's not bad at all. Great delivery by Caleb Wiley. I mean, I have to say, maybe on a different day that's 1-0 Watford, it was, I wouldn't say clear-cut chance, but it was a very big chance. Kevin Caben puts it out for another Blades corner. Let's hope we can defend this a bit better this time. But yeah, the game starting to open up here. Campbell's looking a real physical threat up front as well. Is certainly being marked by a couple of players here on the corners. Ngakia has Tyrese Campbell this time. The ball comes in. It's a floaty one to the centre of the penalty area. Loser doing the dirty work defensively here as well. And it's a Watford goal kick. Well done, Imran. Good work there. The Watford fans applauding Imran's defensive determination. Eugene with a Luton score update. This is what we like, Eugene. Luton missed a penalty away at Mansfield. Good stuff. Good stuff. Of course, they sacked Matt Bloomfield. Jack Wilshere now in charge of the Hatters. Hopefully, they stay down in League One this year because that is where they deserve to be. What an awful football club. Philip with a fair comment here. He says the team lineup is actually playing exactly how he expected so far. Just really containing Sheffield United, but not much forward momentum. Ogbene trying to get a cross in, and Watford concede yet another corner. I don't think the Hornets have really even had a chance from a set-piece situation yet during this match. Fwog says, yes, I was going to say Plymouth are up with Tom. Hopefully Luton can lose and stay down where they belong. Angie is here. Hello, Angie. Welcome back. I hope you are doing well over in the States. Okay, another set piece for Watford to defend. Come on. Please. Please. 10 minutes to go or so until half time as well. Oh. Again, it's another floaty one, this time to the back post. Selvik did have to get down and get something on that. Japhet Tanganga that time with the header. He rose up really well, Tanganga, at the back post. Matty Pollock now down on the floor with some sort of issue. I don't know if it's from that specifically. Yeah, a bit of a collision there between Tanganga and Matty Pollock. He went down holding his face. But Egil Selvik certainly having to work hard here in this first half. A few decent saves already. They go short this time, Sheffield United. Callum O'Hare involved. And O'Hare is, again, a player I really like. I enjoyed him during his time at Coventry. And yeah, at Sheffield United, I think he can probably contribute more than he does. I think it's fair to say. But yeah, I do think he's a tidy attacking player, certainly suited to that 10 position. Here we go, a long throw now for Watford to deal with. Oh, God, close to being 1-0 there. Selvik getting involved once again. And yes, Selvik goes down, and the referee rightly calls that a foul in Watford's favour. Angie says, how are we playing this morning or afternoon in the UK? We're doing okay. We're doing okay. A 6 out of 10 performance for me so far. I think we've been average. I don't think we've been anything above that. Yeah, the Sheffield United fans were quite furious at that decision by the referee. Chris Wilder is visibly animated on the touchline. Here's Ngakia. Finds Pollock. Callum O'Hare pressing Matty... Excuse me. Matty Pollock. I'll have a drink, actually. Patrick says, I'm not liking the Pollock-Caben experiment. A Banquer is far steadier. Yeah, I would agree with that so far. Although I think the argument here is that maybe Matty Pollock suits this game as an individual because he is more physically there as a presence. Whereas James Abankwah, I feel we've seen in numerous instances where he's been quite weak in open play. So I think that's the only reasoning, Patrick, I can think as to why he's opted to go with Matty today. And also, You have to remember as well, Matty, this is a new manager for all of these players. Matty is quite a vocal leader in the Watford squad. Um, so yeah, I think that's the only reasoning I can think of, really. Oh, as VJ says, we are hanging in there just about. Selvik doing really well again. Yeah, probably my stand-up players so far are maybe Hector, Ngakia, and Egil Selvik. No attacking players for Watford really shining at the moment. Iran Kunda's been quite sloppy in possession again there. Another example, Iran Kunda had the ball, driving forward, he took a heavy touch, and yeah, Watford lose possession. So yeah, I'm surprised Iran Kunda started, to be honest with you. I mean, he's been away with Australia again this week in America. Started one game, come on as a sub in the other. I thought he'd be knackered personally, which is why I was surprised to not see Kwadwo Bar get a go from the start, really. Goal for Mansfield, says Eugene. So I assume Luton are losing. That's always good. Kayembe into Kevin Caben. Matty Pollock now. Here's Loser. Loser into Sissoko. Good play here. Ngakia. Oh, another dangerous delivery by Ngakia. And Iran Kunda with the volley. I thought that was going in for a moment. Decent stuff from Watford. It's not too bad. I thought would be worse than we are. But yeah, Sissoko getting involved in Ngakia again. A lovely delivery. Really, really good from Jeremy. And yeah, Iran Kunda couldn't quite keep the volley down, but a good effort, a decent effort nonetheless. I'm glad he has the confidence and ability to do that. Patrick says, did QPR lose? The last I saw was they were losing 2-1, but I'm not sure what the final score was. I'm sure we can take a look at half-time as we await the players to come back out. Nearly 100 of you watching now here on the Watford Way, the highest numbers we've had for quite some time. So I really do appreciate you all tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you are new around here. It would be very much appreciated. It's totally free to do, and also leave a big thumbs up on the live stream as well. It helps us get recommended to new viewers across YouTube. Another corner for Sheffield United. They must have had about 5 or 6 already so far today. Watford, Watford taking big risks again here, playing out from the back. I mean, as a few of you alluded to earlier, why we haven't played Max Lane or James the Banquer today, I'm none the wiser. It just must be a physical thing. They must have looked at Sheffield United and gone, they're a physical team. We know what Chris Wilde is like, and that's why they put Matty Pollock in there. But as I said, he just doesn't look very comfortable at all with what he's being asked to do here. I'd be tempted to even make a change at half time potentially. I mean, we'll take a look at the substitute bench when the players go in, of course. But yeah, we just look. I feel at some point it's going to come back to bite us today. So yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, loser loses the ball. That's Paul from Imran trying to skill quite close to our penalty box. And Watford win it back, thankfully. Here we go, a chance on the counter. The problem is, when Watford are on the counter-attack today, the two players we have running forward are Sissoko and Kayembe, when we have Vata and Kwadwo Bar sitting on the bench. It's just a massive frustration and a bugbear for me. But as I said, I'll give Javi the benefit of the doubt for now. But yeah, long term, if Watford are to achieve their goal of the playoffs this season, we can't have Sissoko and Kayembe starting in these advanced midfield positions. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I was trying not to go on a rant today about them two players particularly, but yeah, I just can't help it. Yeah, a big bugbear for me. And Sheffield United, by the way, if they can't beat a Watford side with them two players in, they've got bigger issues to think about, in my opinion. Patrick says, tell Javi to bring on Isaac Success and Andre Gray at halftime. Yeah, we're not quite back in 2018-19. But yeah, what a season that was. Let's just reminisce about that very briefly. I mean, probably the best season I've ever had as a Watford fan. We nearly qualified for European football in the Premier League. We had Deulofeu, Andre Gray, Doucouré, Capoue. I mean, we were such an unbelievable team to watch. It was, yeah, great memories. I really enjoyed it. Oh, good skill here from Medu Kayembe. He's got to spread it out wide. Iran Kunda gets challenged, loses the ball. Luka Kiramgard takes a shot, and it's just wide of Cooper's goal. Yeah, Watford not making the most out of these counter-attacking opportunities. Javi Gracia looking quite frustrated at times on the touchline when Watford are being wasteful in these attacking scenarios. Fwog says, we can't rely on a 36-year-old Sissoko for legs. Get him a speedy wheelchair or something. No comment. No comment. But I've been saying it for a while. Josh says he started supporting Watford when we won the first 4 games of 18-19. So you're quite a new Watford fan, Josh, it has to be said. I started supporting properly back in like 13, 14, 15. That's when I got my first season ticket anyway. Although, of course, I was taken to matches before then. But that's when I first started really going regularly. So, yeah, Igalo, Dini, Vidra, Abdi, those types of players were so exciting to watch for me as well. But yeah, a relatively new Watford fan, Josh, it has to be said. Here's Iran Kunda. Iran Kunda not really having a great game at all for the talent and potential he has. And here comes Sheffield United down the left-hand side. They've committed a lot of bodies forward here. Just trying to get that delivery into the box. Peck delivers, and it's a terrible cross. And it goes out for... It actually stays in just about. Very scrappy game. Both sides unable to keep possession for a prolonged period of time here. Ngakia clears. 2 minutes of added time as well. 30 seconds left to play. But it's been okay. It's not been too bad. I mean, John Boy says this has been dire so far. I don't think it's been dire, but it's certainly not been above average. And that's me being generous. Ngakia clears. Oh, here we go. An opportunity for Watford on the counter. Oh my God, Iran Kunda gets wiped out. The referee hasn't seen it, but Iran Kunda just collapses to the floor. He's blown up for half time. Iran Kunda completely wiped out there. He's still lying on the floor. I'm not quite sure What's happened to him there? But yeah, Iran Kunda probably, yeah, he's receiving treatment now from the Watford physios. I can't believe the referee didn't see that. But yeah, half time here today. And so far, it's Sheffield United nil, Watford nil. So we'll stop the clock. We'll reset it for the second half. And yeah, in summary, I mean, how do I feel so far? Lots of you tuning in, which is great to see. I'm sure we've got a few Sheffield United fans watching as well. So do let me know your thoughts on the game so far in the live chat. But yeah, I mean, the system, the formation, the players selected, it certainly, again, was massive red flags for me. I think we have to talk about the system first. It doesn't look like a 4-4-2. It's not really rigid out of possession. It's certainly quite rigid in how we've set up. But yeah, when Watford win the ball back, it seems like we're incessant on counter-attacking as quickly as possible. The issue, though, is that the attacking wide players are Kayembe and Sissoko, and quite frankly, they're just not good enough for this level. They're not good enough, certainly, for a team looking to achieve top 6 this season. So yeah, a bit disappointed. I mean, I want to find the Watford bench actually quite quickly, just to go through it with you, because we certainly have a lot of options and firepower at our disposal. Here we go. Let me find the Watford tweet. So yeah, looking at the bench, we've got Nathan Baxter, Max Lane, Tom Ince, of course. We're not going to mention Tom Ince. I don't think he's going to be used today. But here we go. The players who could be of use to Watford in the second half. We have Rocco Vata, who for me should have started. Mark Boller, Mamadou Doumbia, Papa Mendy, Formosa Mendy, and Kwadwo Bar. So for me, I mean, if I was to make 3 changes at half-time to inject some real technical ability and attacking prowess into the game, I would bring on Max Lane for Matty Pollock. I know he's quite young, but for me, from what I've seen so far, he is one of the best defenders in the division when it comes to playing out from the back and also aerially and in ground duels. He is literally, statistically, I think I read his top 3 defenders when it comes to ground duels won. So yeah, Max Lane for Matty Pollock is what I would do. A Kwadwo Bar for Sissoko, I think that's very clear. And I would go Rocco Vata for Edu Kayembe. Iran Kunda is interesting. He looks to me quite knackered. I was surprised he started anyway. So I'd imagine maybe on the 60th minute mark, he might come off for maybe Mamadou Doumbia. But yeah, those are the 3 changes I would make. I'd bring on Max Lane for Pollock, Bar for Sissoko, and yeah, probably Rocco Vata for Edu Kayembe. That is what I would do as a manager anyway. Patrick Philip says, will Gracia be bold enough to change personnel from the start of the second half and not wait until too late? Well, we'll have to wait and see. I think there's a lot of negative rhetoric around Javi already. I think we do have to, regardless of your feelings towards him and the owners, we have to give him a grace period. We gave Paolo a grace period, of course. It was very apparent very quickly that wasn't going to work for a variety of reasons, not only for his team selections, but more so, excuse me, his personality and his man management behind the scenes. Whereas with Javi, language isn't an issue. He has a good grasp of the English language. You can see via the videos the club released this week that he has a good relationship and a good vibe about him around the training ground. But of course, if we disagree with his team selections, we are very much able to call that out. And even in his first 11 today, I do have to ask the question, you know, who's telling him that Moussa Sissoko and Edu Kayembe should start? You know, Javi is a very intelligent man. He's a very good manager, I have to say as well. And for him to start Moussa and Edo over Pierre Duomo, for example, and Papa Mendy is very odd. It's very strange. So I'll leave it there. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to go off for a quick break and then we'll be back for the second half. But yeah, my question to you is, who would you bring on in the second half? For me, it's Max Lane, Kwadwo Bar and Rocco Vata, and probably Mamadou Doumbia as well over Nestory Iran Kunda if he doesn't perform in the opening 15 minutes or so of the second half. So, yeah, an interesting 11, an interesting game. And hopefully Watford can come away with all 3 points. See you very shortly. Hello, I'm back. I'm ready for the second half of this match. Yeah, interesting to say the least. Fascinating, frustrating, all of the adjectives you can think of. Let's hope it's a marked improvement, waiting for the players to come back out. They're all on the pitch at the moment, warming up, ready for the second half. It'd be interesting to see if Javi is bold and makes any changes at half time. I doubt he will. I feel he'll stick with the 11 he put out, but I think that will come back to bite us. I mean, even Kevin Caben today has had a few mistakes in him. We always brand Kevin Caben as one of the best central defenders at the club, if not the best. But yeah, in the past, I would say 3 to 4 game weeks, he's looked really shaky. For some reason, he's just taken unnecessary risks when playing out from the back. So yeah, waiting for the players to re-emerge. But yeah, Alex says he's so confused at what formation we're playing. It looks like, Alex, we're playing, in simple terms, it's a 4-4-2, but if you want to really get complex, it's like a 4-2-2-2. So you've got almost Loser and Hector Cipriani as the deeper midfielders. They're not really getting too advanced up the pitch. And then you've got Sissoko and Kayembe, who aren't playing as wingers. They're coming more inside. But they're kind of our two more advanced midfielders. And then, of course, Luka Kiramgard and Nestri Irankunda up front. I think Irankunda, by the way, has been quite selfish on the ball. There's been a few occasions where he's got the ball. He's got an easy option where he can pass it and release it quickly. He takes, too many touches or have a heavy touch. He'll get dispossessed. And yeah, Watford are then trying to defend a counter-attack. So, yeah, Irankunda for Australia looks world-class. And then when he comes back to Watford sometimes, he's a little bit selfish, it has to be said. So, yeah, hopefully Irankunda can find his form once again. But yeah, a fascinating game. Austin says screams 1-0 Sheffield United, winning from a set piece in the 80th minute. Oh, God, Austin, that would be my worst nightmare. I was at Charlton away. I don't do many away games, as you know. I'm going to try and do a couple more this season. But yeah, I was at Charlton for Paulo's first game. And yeah, that was like a 93rd, 94th minute winner. And that was extremely disappointing as well. So yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully Watford will be the team to get the late goal this time. Angie says she thinks there might be a draw, which is interesting. I went 1-1 for my score prediction. And she says, how has Loser been playing? He's been okay again, not outstanding from Imran Loser. He had a shot quite early on in the game that just whiskered over the bar. But yeah, the players are emerging. I'm just trying to spot if there's any changes. Loser, Hector, Pollock, Caben, Sissoko, they're all still there. So yeah, no changes as it stands for Watford. Selvik re-emerging as well. Steve Reed has become a new channel member. Thank you so much for your support, Reed. Of course, if you guys want to contribute in a different way, you can do so by becoming a channel member. You can click the join button down below, or there is also a link in the description as well. So thank you very much, Steve. That is really appreciated. But yeah, nearly ready to go for the second half. And Gakia has re-emerged and come out of the tunnel as well. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, no Watford changes at all. The Chuckle brothers are back out in Edu Kayembe and Musa Sissoko. I mean, look, I'd love nothing more than Sissoko and Kayembe to both score today and prove me wrong. But in my deep heart, I do not believe that will happen. So here we go. We've kicked off. Let's press play, get the ticker going, and yeah, hopefully Watford can get a cheeky goal in the second half. That's the plan. Oliver says, who do you think will win? Well, I'm a Watford fan, Oliver, so hopefully Watford will win. And for those of you who are more observant or want to know, Watford are actually kicking from right to left in the second half, and we're kicking towards the travelling fans as well. So hopefully a goal in front of the away fans would be the cherry on top of the cake for the week we've had. I saw that as well, Oliver. I did see that as well. Thank you very much for your support as well. I'm gonna get a Javi Gracia emoji for you guys to use. You've got a couple of custom emojis you can use in live streams. I'm gonna make a Javi Gracia one, like a smiley Javi Gracia. I think that would be quite fun. Patrick says, "Did we make any subs?" No subs at all, Patrick. I'm afraid it's the same 11 we started with in the first half. Campbell has a shot, and it's a terrible shot on his weak foot. It goes wide of Selvic's goal. It wasn't Campbell, sorry, it was Samare. I do apologise. Here we go. I'll put my headphones back on. I was going to wear my... where have they gone? I was going to wear my AirPods to listen to the commentary. Because I don't usually listen to match commentary on here. But yeah, maybe I've got big ears. I don't know. But whenever I wear my AirPods and talk, they sometimes fall out, which I don't want. So I've gone with the big... I've owned these for quite a while, actually. I think I've had these for about 3 years. But yeah, they're good. Beats... I think they cost me about £180 when I brought them, which is quite a lot. But yeah, I do listen to a lot of music in my spare time, so I'm rocking the Beats today. Okay. Maybe I should get a sangria emoji instead for Javi. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll have a think today, and for the next watch along, there should be some more custom emojis for our members to use. But yeah, a sangria one, that's a good idea. Thank you for that. So yeah, again, Watford having to defend the long throw here. Luka Kiramgard heads clear. Good defensive work from him. Kayembe hoofs up to the halfway line. Ben Mee now in possession for the Blades. Mee launches a diagonal ball forward. Callum O'Hare now. And Selvik claims the loose ball. I'm looking to get a new camera as well. I'm slowly upgrading my setup. So yeah, new camera, high quality, like 4K camera would be ideal. That's the priority. And then a new microphone as well at some point. Hopefully before the end of this season. Oh, massive chance for Watford. Caleb Wiley should have scored. I mean, the Watford fans are holding their heads. A massive chance for Caleb Wiley. I wasn't even paying too much attention, but Caleb Wiley found himself in acres of space. And he should be hitting the target there, really, Caleb Wiley. Goodness me, it's a great ball by Nestri Irankunda. And yeah, the Watford fans in disbelief that that's not hit the back of the net. Ah, biggest chance of the game so far. What a chance. Josh says... How has he missed that? I mean, to be fair, the angle was relatively tight, but Josh, I mean, if we're being honest here, you'd expect him to get that on target at the very least. So, yeah, a massive chance there for Caleb Wiley. Angie says, do I have any merchandise? Love your logo, would look great on a black tee. It's all in the plans, Angie. Eventually, I will have some sort of merch shop, TheWatfordWay.com. It's all in the works, do not worry. But I am only one person managing all our social pages. So it's a lot of work for one guy to do. But eventually, whether it's this season or at the start of next season, that is the plan eventually. But what a chance that was from Caleb Wiley. A good pass by Irankunda. Watford breaking very quickly. I mean, that's what we've been looking to do all game, and that's by far the best chance we've had so far. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Tanganga with the throw. I would have gone mental if that had gone in. Here's Ogbene taking on Caleb Wiley. Oh, I tell you what, they're having a few pops on goal now, Sheffield United. Samare once again having a pop, edge of the box. The ball fell to him nicely. It takes a deflection and it goes out for another corner. Loser with the block. So Barry with the corner here. The referee, funnily enough, is it Andy Madley, his name? The brother of Bobby Madley. I think I've got that the right way around. Yeah, he is the referee for today's match. Here we go. Corner comes in again. Oh my God, what a huge chance. Selvik gets in the way again. Tanganga at the near post. The lino is actually flagged for offside. But to be honest, I mean, they probably should be ahead at this point. I mean, they've had so many chances from set pieces. I don't know who manages them for Watford. But yeah, I mean, even under Paolo Pezzolano, under Tom Cleverley, it's the same story. We just can't defend from corners, long throws, free kicks. There's just something about us where we're incapable of defending from them situations. Matty Pollock under pressure there. Has to pass it out for a throw. Oliver says hoping to get hospitality tickets like you did last year if they do another auction. I remember. I did hospitality a couple of weeks ago and oh, it was so nice, Oliver. So yeah, hopefully you can get them once again. Frog says hopefully we don't draw Arsenal in the FA Cup because every set piece would be a nightmare. Yeah, you are right. Arsenal are the kings of set pieces. They are, by definition, the team to watch. I mean, both defensively, but more importantly, offensively. They score so many goals from just simple corners, different routines, unique routines. They're just so good to watch from that perspective. So yeah, Arsenal, you are right in mentioning them. They are the prime team to watch when it comes to defending and attacking set piece situations. So the ref here has given the Blades a free kick. He's just telling the Watford wall to take a few more steps backwards. Egil Selvik organising that wall as well. And this is a really decent position, actually. I think Callum O'Hare is standing over this. No, my mistake. It's Peck and McCallum standing over the free kick here. I mean, this is perfect for a left footer. I've got a bad feeling this goes in, guys. I'm calling it already. I reckon they'll score here. Here we go. It's a really perfect position for a free kick. What a save! What a save, Egil Selvik. Oh my God. He's kept Watford in this game. He is man of the match so far. What a save. Wow. Watford just can't cope at all at the moment. Here is Callum O'Hare. Campbell. Oh, blimey. We're under the cosh. We really are under the cosh. Wow. What a save by Egil Selvik. Really good. And a good palm away from Egil Selvik as well. He didn't palm it into the danger area. He palmed it right out to his right-hand side as well. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. 110 of you watching the stream today, which is really good numbers for us here on the Watford Way. So it's totally free to do. Hit the button down below. And also don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on the live stream too. So Sheffield United actually making a substitution here. They make the first change of the game. Josh says, looks like Kwadwo Bar's coming on. Oh, I hope so, Josh. I really do hope so. Patrick says, our centre-halves are calamitous. Joachim says, watching from Sweden. Welcome, Joachim. I hope you're well. Eugene says, goal for Coventry. Who have Coventry got today? Obviously, we've got them next weekend, next Saturday, the 12:30 kickoff. I should be here once again, of course. That match is live on Sky Sports. Here's Iran Kunda. Out to Caleb Wiley. Here we go. Wiley. Oh! Another good delivery by Caleb Wiley, but no one was there. It's getting more exciting now, though. I'm getting more and more nervous as the time ticks on. Oh. Yeah, Cooper was scrambling for that Wiley delivery. Oh my God. So a triple substitution by Watford. Mark Boller, Kwadwo Bar, and you'll never guess the third. Tom Ince is set to come on. So I don't know what Javi Gracia is thinking about here. But yeah, Tom Ince. Has he even played any football this season? I can't remember Tom Ince even receiving a minute of football. So a triple substitution set to take place. Bar, Boller, that's fine. I'd agree with that. But Tom Ince is a strange one. We've got Rocco Vata just sat on the bench. And yeah, he's opted to go with Ince. It's not happened yet, but that is set to take place in just a moment. Pidge, hello Pidge, I hope you're well. Hopefully I'll get to see you at some point this season. He says Forest have sat Ange. What a save, Selvik! Oh, it's a goal. It's a goal. Callum O'Hare, for God's sake. Oh, what a shame. Goal for Sheffield United, Callum O'Hare, just before Watford make them 3 changes as well. Oh, God. I'll take my headphones off for a moment. How frustrating. You know what? I just thought we'll stay in the game until our substitutions. I mean, Kwadwo Bar is looking frustrated as well. Callum O'Hare, a tiny little player. But yeah, Sheffield United score. I mean, very good attacking play, it has to be said. Selvik initially makes a good save. And then, yeah, Watford just can't stop the rebound. Callum O'Hare following the ball in. Tanganga, really good interplay. I mean, it's a decent goal by the Blades. But again, Watford, I mean, Matty Pollock is just so immobile, is so sluggish in his movements. And yeah, Sheffield United take the lead. I'm sure there's a few Blades fans watching today as well. Oh, I mean, Eugene saved us slightly. Luton are 2-0 down to Mansfield. That's good. So Iran Kunda's come off. Kwadwo Bar's on. So is Kwadwo Bar playing as a second striker alongside Luka Kiramgard? That's an interesting substitution. The next one is Kayembe to come off and Tom Ince on. This is very strange. So Sissoko stays on by all accounts here. Oh, 1-0. I've changed it. I've done the wrong score. My apologies. Let me change that back. And Wiley's off and Mark Boller on. Apologies, Tyler. I clicked the wrong team. Oh, that's frustrating. I did say this. I said, you know, at some point Sheffield United are going to click and they're going to win a game of football. And unfortunately, classic Watford, we might be the team to do it. I mean, why we brought Ince on, I don't know. I really don't know. Here comes Imran Loser. At least Kwadwo Bar's on. That's the only positive. But yeah, Javi Gracia not helping himself with some of his substitutions. But as I said, we've got to give him some time. We can't go in too hard on Javi in his first game. I don't know what you mean, VJ. I don't know what you mean. Please clarify. But yeah, frustrating. A decent goal by Sheffield United. It was good interplay. Tanganga, O'Hare, Campbell involved. But again, Watford just question marks over us defensively. I mean, it can't help them as well. I mean, under Paolo, he made 5 or 6 changes a game. And again today, making more changes to that back line. I mean, I don't think we've had the same back line for 2 consecutive games at all this season, which must be for the players a massive frustration, and for the supporters as well. I think we just want continuity in the players we're seeing week in, week out. M-Dog says, how does no one see we need Bar and Iran Kunda on at the same time? I've got no idea. I mean, it's quite simple, really, isn't it? You would think, but yeah, clearly it's not the case for the Watford managers. Phillips says, is Wiley injured? He was playing so well. I think with Caleb Wiley, it's probably more a case of still getting him back to the level of fitness where he can play 90-minute matches week in, week out. Here's Quadway Bar being marked by 2 players here. Bar looking to bully his way past. Football Stuff says, you may as well show the game. I'm not allowed to. I would literally get my channel shut down within literally 30 seconds of me doing that. So yeah, legally, I can't do that. You have to listen to me waffle away, unfortunately. I do apologise. Joachim says, am I going to buy FM26? I certainly will be. I love Football Manager. I played Football Manager for probably the last 9 years, I would say. So yeah, really excited for that. Of course, I was frustrated that they delayed it, of course. But yeah, excited to have another Football Manager game coming out soon. Football Stuff says, would be good if we could hear you waffle and see the game. Shame you can't get it like Mark Goldbridge does. Well, firstly, I'm nowhere near as famous as Mark Goldbridge. Let me make that very clear. And secondly, the Bundesliga gave him the actual match rights to show the game. If the Championship did that, of course, I'd love to do that on here, but I doubt that will happen. So yeah, Mark is in a very different position to me. I've got 100 people watching. He has, 10,000 people watching at a time. So I understand, but legally, I can't do that, I'm afraid. I'm really surprised Kevin Caben and Matty Pollock are still on, to be honest with you. David says, do we look like scoring? Not at the moment, although the chances of that happening should have improved given Quadwo Bar has come onto the pitch. Our good friend Jerry is back in the chat. Let's all say hello to Jerry. He says, I knew Watford would lose this game. I just knew it. I can see them being relegated this season, says Jerry. I hope they are. And this is karma for what happened at the charity shop in 2007. Thank you for your input, Jerry. It's great to see you as always. Football Stuff says, I've seen enough. Give Sissoko the Ballon d'Or. Oh, don't get me started on Sissoko. I've spoke about him enough today already. Yeah, if you're regular viewers of the channel, you'll know my opinion on Musa. By the way, he's blocked me across social media. So Musa Sissoko, it's not breaking news. This happened like last season. But yeah, he blocked the Watford Way on all platforms. So yeah, Musa Sissoko, for some reason, is rattled by me and blocked me, which is interesting. Very interesting. Tyler says we need more of Vata, Irankunda and Bar all on the pitch at the same time. Absolutely, Tyler, you are spot on. Oh. So another substitution by Sheffield United. Danny Ings is about to come on. Now, he's scored a fair few goals against Watford before. LA Blades isn't too confident. They say this is Sheffield United. There is a goal in this for Watford. Let's hope so. I did predict a 1-1 draw, so that could still come to fruition, of course. So Tyrese Campbell is coming off, and number 9, Danny Ings, is coming on. So Danny Ings, of course, he scored a lot of goals against us when he was at Southampton. He is coming on to the pitch. Patrick says, is that Danny Ings? It certainly is. It certainly is. I'm not sure how old he is now. I know he was at West Ham last season, if I'm correct. Was released this summer and is now at Sheffield United. I could be wrong though, but I'm sure he was at West Ham. Rehan says, take a draw, definitely. Yeah, I would as well. You know, you don't want to lose in your first game, do you? I think you take a draw away today, and then hopefully, obviously, West Brom Wednesday, Coventry away next weekend. Very tough games, but hopefully the home advantage on Wednesday can help Watford. But yeah, the next few fixtures, the next, I say the next few, the next 6 or 7 really are against teams towards the top of the championship. So it's going to be really difficult for Javi to get this team clicking, but he's not helping himself if he'll continue to start Sissoko and Kayembe. I can't believe Sissoko is still on the pitch, by the way. I mean, it's a complete joke. Football Stuff says, if I got a signed Sissoko shirt... Oh, you say you've got a signed Sissoko shirt if I'd like it. I would rather sit in my room and watch paint dry, to be honest with you, than Sissoko. Austin says, how am I watching the game live? I'm using a VPN, Austin. So iFollow is the video streaming service for the championship. I'm using a VPN. I set my location to France. And then I purchased basically a match pass for the game today. So that is how I'm able to circumvent the 3 p.m. blackout rule in the UK. Of course, there's other ways of watching the game as well, which I'm not allowed to tell you about. But basically, as long as you have an international IP address, you can watch all 3 p.m. games in the championship. That's how it works. Oh. Patrick says, I'm starting to think the rumours coming out of Pezzolano's camp saying about the forced player selection were true. Yeah, that's an interesting article, actually. I mean, obviously, we have to caveat it and say Watford put out one narrative. Paolo put out, obviously, his version of the story, which he's able to do. Excuse me. But yeah, interesting comment. I mean, Paolo Pezzolano suggesting he was forced to play the likes of Sissoko and other players because they were clients of obviously football agent Mogi Bayat. So yeah, I won't speak too much more on that today because that could be a whole video in itself, really. But as you say, Patrick, it was a very interesting article. But yeah, Austin, I hope that cleared up for you how I'm watching the game today. Of course, there is other ways you can do it without paying to watch, but I'm not allowed to say that to you on here. So yeah, as long as you have a VPN and can set your location to France or Spain, which I have today, I go on iFollow, log into your iFollow account, buy the video match pass, which cost me €9.50, I think it was, and yeah, that's how I'm watching today. Raz Clark says, not to be rude, but you must be terrible if we've scored against you. Oh, good news! I've got good news. Rocco Vata is set to come onto the pitch, so it'll be interesting to see who he comes on for. I hope it's Sissoko, you would assume. But Rocco Vata set to come on. Here we go. So Vata is coming on now, and he's being replaced, or he is replacing Sissoko. Okay, that's good. All right, Javi does have some common sense. Not my captain, Sissoko, though. I can't believe he is still the captain of this club. I mean, I always have to caveat this and say, I'm sure behind the scenes, the younger players, he's probably a great professional and a good influence. But on the pitch, he should be in a football retirement home. I mean, his legs are gone. It's like what Jamie Carragher said ages ago. Leave the football before the football leaves you. And in my opinion, the football has left Moussa Sissoko for a long time. Tanganga, good ball in, cleared by Matty Pollock. Oh, we are terrible defensively. And it's been like this for a number of years now, even under Ismail, Bilic, Tom, Paolo, Javi. Obviously, this is Javi's first game, but Watford just don't get the first contacts on anything. The commentator's still talking about the chance that Wiley had towards the start of this second half, and yeah, that's been probably the best opportunity we had. He was played through by Nestory Irankunda, found himself in acres of space, and obviously Wiley is left-footed, is a really talented left-footed fullback, and yeah, I expected him to at least hit the target, but it was such a wild effort by Caleb Wiley. It was really disappointing in the end. What's up, Watford says, hello, James. Hello, Harry. How am I watching the game? I'm watching via iFollow, which is the Championship streaming service. So it's a bit complex. I'll explain it one last time. But basically, I use a VPN. Sheffield United on the attack, by the way. They have a shot. It's well defended by Hector Cipriani. I use a VPN. I've set my location to France or whatever European country you want. So NordVPN I would recommend. Not that I'm sponsored by them. You go into iFollow, log into your account, you buy the match pass for €9.50, I think it cost me. And yeah, I'm able to watch the game. Of course, you can watch via other means as well that maybe aren't legal, but I'm not allowed to share them with you on here. So that's how I'm watching, Harry. I won't repeat that again, though. As Patrick said, I should probably make a whole post about it, really. Dan says, to be honest, you've got a good squad. Good squad. Yeah, Watford actually, they've just flashed the stats up on screen now. We're heavily dominating possession, but in terms of chances and shots on goal, we've not really had much joy today. Luka Kiramgard had quite a tame attempt in the first half. Loser from memory had one from distance. Iran Kunda's had a couple of pops, but they weren't on target. And obviously Wiley with that massive chance. That's really been it for Watford today. If you are new around here as well, please don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free to do. We do watch-alongs for the majority of Watford away matches, or at least the ones I don't attend. And of course, our content covers match previews, reactions, and the occasional interview with current or former players as well. So plenty of content to watch. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest Watford news, you can follow us across all our social platforms. We're on X, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And we recently just hit 5,000 followers on our Instagram page, which is, a good milestone. The road to 10K on Instagram is on. And by the way, as Watford try to play out from the back here, I am floating about the idea of doing some non-Watford football content, which I think could be pretty cool. So, Vata on the counter-attack here. Here's Rocco Vata jinking in and out. Quadway bar now on this left-hand side. Into Imran Loser. Still with Loser just about. Back to Boller, Hector, Pollock, Caben. Here's Vata. Vata trying to take on his man. Out wide to Mark Boller, who's seeing minutes for the first time in quite a few weeks. Oh, and it goes back to Kupo. He struggled to handle that, actually. Not too long left to go, though. 12 minutes or so. But yeah, as I was saying, I've floated about the idea of potentially launching a separate YouTube channel and a separate kind of personal Instagram and Twitter account for non-Watford stuff. So yeah, I think that would be cool. So I want to get the Watford way to a certain level and then kind of diversify myself into covering, obviously, not just the Championship, but the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga. I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I've not decided definitely on that for this season just yet. But yeah, I'm floating that about. I think that could be pretty cool. All right, Watford defend just about. Here's Hector. Rocco Vata striding down the left-hand side. To be honest, I've not really noticed Tom Ince at all today since he's come on. He's a pretty anonymous player, in my opinion. But if you offered me Sissoko, Kayembe, or Ince, I would probably say Tom Ince. So if those were the only three players we had, I would probably say Tom Ince is the one I would go with. Fwog says Tom Invisible. That's a good nickname for him. Here's Quadway Bar being marked by two players here down this left-hand side. Bar, a lovely pass into Vata. Vata comes over to the corner flag right in front of the Watford fans. Here's Quadway Bar, has a chance to take on his man. And a poor pass from KB in the end. Watford applying the pressure though. Matty Pollock and Kevin Caben at the back. And pretty much everyone else has gone up front looking to get on the end of hopefully a very good delivery. Here is Ince. Back to Kevin Caben. Loads of you watching. 120 people in the watch along today. Great numbers, it has to be said. So thank you again for your continued support. Here's Hector Kyprianou to Ngakia, who's been right up there as man of the match for me today. And Ngakia does win Watford a corner. Come on, is that our first corner of the game? I think it is. I just saw a few people I recognise actually in the away end. Here we go. Watford with a corner here. Loser's gone over to take it. Watford making a substitution here. So Hector Kyprianou's come off. And Mamadou Doumbia has come on. That's really interesting. So Doumbia has returned. Paolo, excluded him from the squad. And yeah, he's back. Back on the pitch, back involved. Good to see. Sheffield United also making another substitution. Come on. I'd love a late equaliser. Come on. I went 1-1 as well. I believe. I'm manifesting it. Oh, here we go. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for a positive end to the game. Okay, here's Loser standing over the corner. We're just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle to say we can get underway. Corner comes in, it's headed on at the near post, and the referee says, goal kick. That's disappointing. The Watford players did appeal for a second corner. They are starting to time waste a little bit now, Sheffield United, even from the goal kick here. Cooper, taking his time, setting himself. Come on, Watford. Here comes Mamadou Doumbia. Loser. Into Pollock. Pollock to Mark Boller. Tom Ince has taken up a role actually deeper in the Watford midfield, which is interesting. Oh, that's frustrating. Referee halts the game for a collision between Harrison Burrows and Jeremy Ngakia. Javi Gracia. He drinks sangria. He came to Watford. Is that right? I think I got that wrong. I think I got it wrong. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Javi Gracia. He drinks sangria. He came from Russia to Hertfordshire. He's 47. It's football heaven. So please don't take my Javi away. Javi Gracia. He drinks sangria. You get the gist. You don't want to hear me doing that all day, do you? Here we go. Sheffield United using some... Yeah, they're taking it over to the corner flag really now. Trying to waste a bit of time. Vata looking to counter. Yeah, Tyler, we need to change it to he's nearly 57 because, yeah, I think it's 55 now, Javi. So I think that's the only way the chant will work. Yeah, it's been so long, Patrick. I need to reread my Javi Gracia textbook. Danny Ings goes down looking for a foul. Quadwo Bar on his right-hand side now. Ince back to Bar. Ngakia. 1-2 with Quadwo Bar. Big chance here. Loser. Oh! He hits the bar! Imran Loser hits the crossbar. And that might be it for Watford today. Oh, that's so unlucky. He had so much time. Oh my God. Loser. He had so much space and time in the box there. Quadwo Bar. A lovely pass to Imran. who turns, curls it to the top corner. Ah, oh, that's a shame. Big shame. Oh, that was the moment. That was the moment. Come on. Come on. Here's Vatter. Ugh. I thought that was it. I thought that was in. What a shame. Here's Tom Ince. Vatter. Kwadwo Bar taken on his fullback. Kwadwo Bar versus Burrows here. I mean, Bar's beating him every time at the moment. Here's Ince. Out to Bar once again. It's just frustrating, isn't it? Watford having, their best attacking moments of the game now, but it's almost come too late. We had to watch Sissoko and Kayembe plod about the pitch for 60, 70 minutes. We only get to see, 25 minutes of Bar and Batter. So massive frustration for me. Hopefully Javi has learnt his lesson. Ince has a shot. Watford players call for handball. Oliver says he's getting sacked in the morning. Is Oliver Gino Pozzo in disguise? That's the question. Charlotte says one last push for added time. Yeah, we'll find out added time in a couple of minutes. Oh, what a chance for Doumbia as well. Mamadou Doumbia. He was free at the back post. I mean, maybe he wasn't expecting the ball. So the throw-in comes in. It's a long throw. I mean, I think Mamadou Doumbia has got to be doing better there. I'll take my headphones off now. I've had enough of the commentary. Football Stuff says this game is staying 1-0. Kills me as well because I want to see Sheffield relegated. Tyler Skinner says Selvik last minute goal. Could you imagine? I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure there's a few of you in here who know your Watford stats more than me. When was the last time a Watford goalkeeper, if ever, scored a goal? It was probably way before I started supporting. But yeah, I know Ben Foster come close against Chelsea. I remember I was at the game actually. It was Watford-Chelsea at Vicarage Road. Foster went up in the last minute. He had a header and Kepa pulled out this worldy save to stop Ben Foster from scoring. So, yeah. But yeah, I can't remember in my lifetime anyway a Watford goalkeeper scoring. All right, 5 minutes added time. Can Watford muster one more opportunity? Come on. Football Stuff says Stamford Bridge is such a nice stadium. It was actually at Vicarage Road, Football Stuff, but yeah. Tyler says, Dan Backman, never mind. He nearly karate kicked someone's head. Yeah, I remember that. That was... you got a red card for that as well, Dan Backman, the karate kick, if I remember. What a crazy goalkeeper he was. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Never got to meet Dan, but he was very hot-headed. So yeah, I'm very happy with Egil Selvik. I mean, if I was to give a man of the match right now, it would be between probably Loser, Ngakia, and Selvik is who I would choose. Probably Selvik, to be fair, because he's kept Watford in the game. But yeah, disappointing nonetheless. I have been to Stamford Bridge. In fact, I may be going on a stadium tour of Stamford Bridge in a couple of weeks, which will be cool because I'll get to sit in Joao Pedro's chair in the dressing room. So yeah, if I do go there, I'll make sure to post a photo across our socials because yeah, I'd love to watch a game with Pedro in this season. Sissoko certainly not man of the match at all. All right, about 3 minutes left to go here at Bramall Lane, and to be honest with you, it's not looking good. I can't imagine Watford getting another opportunity. I'll be interested to hear what Javi and the players have to say after the match, but I don't think we've been terrible. I just feel Javi didn't help himself with the starting 11. If we'd gone with Iran Kunda, Kiram Guard, Bar and Vata from the off, we may have been in this game and scored a couple of goals already. But yeah, for some reason, we went with Sissoko and Kayembe, which is just immensely frustrating. If this happens every week, I'll keep calling it out. Even though it's Javi Gracia and he's a complete legend, I'm still going to call him out for nonsense decisions. So yeah, I don't know. I feel a little bit underwhelmed actually. We had all the nice videos during the week about him at the training ground. Here's Vata though, down the left-hand side. Come on, Rocco. A moment of magic, please. Vata. Oh, a lofted ball into the penalty area. Ah. Come on, Watford. One more chance. Oliver says, got to be Ince man of the match. Shut up, Oliver. Shut up. Oh, dear. Yeah, Selvik for me. I think Selvik, with the saves he'd made, probably deserves it. About a minute and a half left to go. I'll tell you what, Chris Wilder, I mean, I said earlier, I loved him at Watford, but he's irritating to watch. He is always complaining to the fourth official and the referee. It's ridiculous. Tyler says, don't you think the owners have a big part in the lineup? Well, yeah, if you're to believe the stories that emerged with Paolo and the selection of players associated with Mogi Bayat, then yeah, you could argue maybe if that's true, then they have a big impact. But I'd hope that Javi is made of enough stuff that he wouldn't listen to that nonsense. But yeah, you never know with Watford, do you? We're a bit of a circus. That's poor from Loser, and yeah, Loser loses possession. Callum O'Hare goes down looking to try and win a soft foul. Come on, Watford. 30 seconds to go. Hoof the ball up. Here we go. It is hoofed up. Kiram Guard wins the header. Unfortunately, it falls into the path of a Sheffield United defender. Pollock to Loser. Here's Caben. We've hit 50 likes now as well. Thank you so much for your continued support. Ince, again, looking to put in a ball to Luca Kiram Guard. Kwadwo Bar taking on Burrows. He is successful. Bar takes the shot. It's headed down by Boller. And the referee is probably going to blow up at that. Matty Pollock competes for the duel. Boller keeps hold of it. And the referee's letting play go on. Here we go. So Watford are going to do a long throw here. This is last chance saloon now for the Hornets. Mark Boller setting up for the long throw. Chris Wilder is putting his hands up saying, blow the whistle, referee. And Rocco Vata is just wiping the ball on his shirt to get rid of the water as he looks to launch this into the penalty area. And could Watford here score a late equaliser? Let's hope we can. Oh, no! What a shame. What a shame. And that's that. Kevin Caben pokes wide. And that is it. It is full time. Oh. I tell you what, we gave it a go. We gave it a good go. But I have to say, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed because ultimately, at face value, at the start of this game, and let's be honest here, Sheffield United, statistically, were the worst team in the Championship. They were rock bottom of the Championship table. They had one win in 9. And yeah, classic Watford to concede a goal like we did. And to start Sissoko and Kayembe, I mean, come on. Come on, Javi. So, yeah, I'll give Javi some time. I think that's only fair. I'm not going to sit here in 10 games and call for Javi to be sacked because, unlike Paulo, he has a lot more credit in the bank. So I'm not going to be hypocritical and do that. But if we are to get promoted and be a serious team this season, I mean, let's be frank here, right? And let me stop the timer as well, just so people don't think the game's still going on. You know, pretty much the entire squad are now fit. Duomo is back. Doumbia is back. Everyone is fit. Wiley's here. Loser, Vata, Bar. You get the gist. Other than Georgie Shakpatatse, the only player we're missing at the moment is Georgie Shakpatatse. I mean, Josh is saying, I'm sorry, James, it's inexcusable. I mean, do you want me to sit here and call for Javi to be sacked already? Because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me make that very clear. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to really go in too much today because I love Javi so much. But I think what is inexcusable is the decision to start Musa Sissoko and Kayembe because they were in the team today and their job really was to offer Watford stability out of possession. But on the counter, their job is to offer us some attacking threat. And quite frankly, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember any instances of that happening. And when Vata come on and Quadwo come on, even Doumbia to an extent, they're so direct, physical and positive in their play that it's just such a stark contrast between, you know, Kayembe, Sissoko and the players I've just mentioned. So Fwoggy says, hopefully Javi has learned here. Patrick says, right, I'm off. See you all next week. See you, Patrick. Thank you for tuning in. Football Stuff says that was a deserved win coming from a Watford fan. We didn't deserve a draw. I think that's fair. I think Sheffield United on paper and on the chances they created deserved the 3 points. But still, we had some chances. I mean, the loser chance where he hit the crossbar. I mean, he took a touch. So it's a good run by Quadwo. Really good incisive pass as well along the floor. Loser took a good touch. He turned. He tried to curl it to the far corner. And it come off the bar. So really, that's just unlucky. But I did feel he should have done better there. He had more time than maybe we anticipated. My mind again goes back to the Wiley chance at the start of the second half. I mean, for a player of Wiley's quality, you know, a loanee from Chelsea, a Premier League loanee, we know the quality he has. He should have done better in that instance as well. So, yeah, disappointing, but yeah, I don't want you guys to go too overboard. Josh says here, not Javi to be sacked, but it's clear that the manager has no say on the 11 that starts. Yeah, absolutely. You know what, Josh, that probably is a fair comment. Of course, I do have to caveat that and play devil's advocate in that. Of course, being Watford fans, we have no evidence that's taken place, but with the report that came out after Paulo was sacked, suggesting, you know, a certain agent is influencing what players feature. I think you do have to make that point very clear. Angie says so many opportunities. There was a lot of opportunities, but nothing really clear cut. I think the Wiley one and the loser one were the chances that scream out to me. But other than that, yeah, nothing massive. I mean, the Sheffield United goal ultimately for Callum O'Hare was a tap-in. It was a tap-in for him. Right place, right time, fair play, well done. Whereas Watford, we made, you know, a bit more hard work of it as well. You know, talking about the defence, finally, before I go, Ngakia was the real standout for me. I think it's clear already that Matty Pollock and Kevin Caben don't work as a partnership. Wiley was good in moments, but of course he had that missed opportunity. And Egil Selvik in goal. He was, for me, superb today. He made that slight mistake early on, a bit of miscommunication between him and Kevin Caben. But Selvik, I mean, he must have pulled out 5 or 6, really decent saves today. So there was one from the free kick that I remember. Ben Mee with the header. He actually parried a shot before Callum O'Hare scored the goal as well. So yeah, Selvik and Ngakia for me are probably up there as man of the match. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there. I've got some food to go and eat. But yeah, an interesting game nonetheless. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. Again, like the last watch along, we've had some really high numbers today, which I of course always appreciate. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well. You can do that by clicking the button down below. And also, as a few of you have done today, you can also become a channel member, which is how you can support us financially here at the Watford Way as well, to invest in some new graphics, as you can see on screen, and some new equipment as well. So yeah, to Oliver and to, I think it was Steve earlier, who joined and become a channel member, a big thank you to for doing that as well. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'm sure I'll discuss more about this in my post-match reaction later today or tomorrow. But yeah, ultimately Watford are defeated at Bramall Lane, and work to do for Javi Gracia as we look ahead to West Bromwich Albion next Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching, guys.